Hello everyone, and welcome to another AFK Journey video. My name is Jedediah, and I'll be talking to you today about Clashfronts. This is Game 2, Round 4 for my guild BTGM. And I'm going to start off with doing the replay. Zoom out, we can see all these tiles fighting as far as vanguards are concerned for skirmish points right now. And again, we win all the vanguard fights, which is nothing new for this game. Alright, now the siege magic is coming out. And as you can see, the levels down here, we're at a deficit. We have a good lead here. It's a three-way fight up here, and then we are way behind right here on this tile again. Yeah, it's going to be a three-way fight at the top. It's pretty even between us and the domain, and the Slayer's got a bunch of people there, but they're just not be able to keep up with both of us. And we can see the fighting going on here, right? And I'm going to focus on this one and this one here. You can see we're at 388. It's now saying 400. Yeah, that was weird. And then 2708, and we're fighting. We're giving it a good shot here, but this one is the close one, right? We're at 891. They're at 1900, 1700, right? Ike gets a 6-win streak there. And we're just trying. We're really trying to take this tile, but we just can't get it. You know, there's too many teams. Yeah, I think we had 7 teams. We'll find out here in a minute. But yeah, I got a 9-win streak there. But then they captured it. So, yeah. Down here at the bottom, we did come from behind. We did get the win. And this will be the highlight of the match, I would believe. Or this round, I should say. And there's our totals for that round. And we're going to skip everything else and go straight into the review, right? So we're going to start at the top here. And we're going to take a quick look at the Yantron's skirmishes. Yeah, she's Shamira group. No real competition there on either one of those. And then Grizz versus the Baddest. The Baddest gets a very decided win versus Slayer. So there was only a little bit of siege magic, not much happening there. Slayer was the target, it looked like. And then Frank starts us off with a 2-win streak. So it's not a, not a big streak, but it's a 2-win. Then Wanderer comes in and gets a 2-win streak for Domain. And then we start to get the lead here when Wayfarer goes on a big, long 6-win streak, right? Yeah, with his Shamira group. Nice play from them. And then Wanderer gets another 2-win. And then Nico comes in and gets a nice, strong 4-win streak, giving us even more an advantage. Right? I'm not even going to try to say that. From Domain gets a 2-win streak. Center comes back with our own 2-win streak, knocking them out. The Baddest gets a 2-win streak. And then Center's Wrath comes in with a strong 4-win streak with the Shamira group. Shamira Pandora. Then they get a 2-win streak. Mysticalia. And then Center's Wrath gets a 2-win streak again with the Bonnie Tassie. Would have hoped that would streak a little harder, but we ran into a wall with Ellie, I guess. Or no, I guess, yeah, Ellie's the one that beat them. Ellie goes on a 2-win streak, and then here we go. And then I get a very nice 16-win streak, right? I think that's the strongest streak I've ever had. But yeah, these last 2 games are interesting since my Gala group. So we're going to take a quick look at those and see how close they are. I mean, I'm playing some very low deficit or low power teams at this point. You see my Galahad goes off almost immediately due to the Thador buff. And then none of my guys are in any real danger, and you can see that we're just whittling them down. We're a melee group, and I've got the Phalanx spell going. So we get the Illusion horses, and we got the Illusion guys with the shields running across every now and again. And we got Gala doing her thing with the
Did I make you proud?
her ultimates. So it's a nice, strong showing. I mean, again, we're going against a very low power team, but we're very low stamina. I think I'm 0 stamina at that point. I'm very close to 0 stamina. Let's take a look. Scroll down to the bottom. Yeah. So, yeah, I had 2 stamina going into that, and then I lost it. Now I'm on 0 stamina for this last fight. This one's a little closer because I'm 0 stamina. My Gala is trying to start off with the ult there, and it really doesn't do a whole lot. But that first one, Citrana's about to drop. She does. I believe I'll lose Xandrock here next. But you can see I'm slowly whittling him down. And she actually finishes her time spell, so I get a copy of Xandrock, a shadow copy, and I also get a copy of my Merlin down here, which I don't think I've ever seen Gala get all the way through her spell ever on a PvP fight, so it is interesting to see one long enough to where she's doubling up Merlin, and she's doing a copy of Xandrock as well. Now she's ulting again. Now it's just Theodore, her, and Dunlinger. And then there it goes. Dun ults, and
Did I make you proud?
everything is going away. Interesting streak from me there. Proud of that. Obviously like to talk about my own successes. But yeah, that's how that tile ended up going. So we ended up going, it's 4 teams left to spare, but we placed 14 from Domain, 29 from Slayer, right? So let's come over here. I don't think, there was nothing on this one. Not worth noting. Nothing here. Nothing worth noting. No fighting. And then to here, we were contested. My Vanguard didn't have any real issues. As you can see, they did 0 damage to me. Went right through Domain on that one. Frank starts us off strong with a 2-win streak. You know, anytime you can get any kind of streaking, it doesn't matter whether it's 2, 3, or 4, you know, gets you off on the right foot, right? Then we had a couple trade wins, and then Wayfarer gets us a little further ahead with a 3-win streak. So we're gaining some ground, but I should note that we started with 7 teams. They started with 39, right? So we're whittling them down. Mia contributes to our success with a 3-win streak here. What was Wayfarer's 3 streak? Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. You got a Seda group. A lot of healing for Seda. And buffing. There's Burial in the back with the opposing team. Sonya's gonna get her ultimate off. Might get the kill there. Seda's seeding someone. You see all these buffs stacked on her. Seda's got, look at all these buffs. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the shielding, it's hilarious. She's got 2 debuffs, and she's got, like, I don't know, 20 green buffs. There she goes. Now she's done her 3 seeds, and she's killing them all right then, right? Once you get those 3, it's almost guaranteed win for Seda. I'm not sure if I've ever seen Seda lose after she gets those 3. Anyway, so that was a nice strong showing from, I believe that was Wayfarer's group. Yeah. And then, yeah. Then Maya, and then Cardinal comes in and contributes with a 2-win streak. Shamira, but they're just not letting us streak that hard, right? Cardinal gets a 2-win streak. Then finally it comes to me, and I get a nice, strong 9-win streak, but it's just not enough. They have way too many teams, and we just weren't streaking hard enough against them, right? There was no way we were going to be able to keep up. So let's take a look at this match with me on my 9. This is the last win that I had. And this is my Mahira, Seda, Marcel group. So I've got all the damage nuking up front from Marcel. She's not buffed like she is in some of the other groups. But then I have, you know, Distraction from Mahira right off the top. And then I have Stall from Seda, Athalia, and Damien. So this is kind of like a weird hybrid group where I'm trying to do a bunch of damage at the beginning and knock you out with these 2. And then the last 3, if they don't succeed, I'm going to try to outlast you with Seda. And then she got her 3 seeds there, so she's getting that last kill. It's immune, so it's just sitting there living through it. Immune. It's the Brutus, when immune and healed back up and then dies immediately. Alright, and it's worth noting that I want to see how we ended up losing that, right? Because I was low enough on stamina that somebody was going to come in and knock me out. So I got a win against a 402 million team, but then I am at 34 stamina when I fight the next guy. And let's take a look at that. And see, they've got Perseus, Siren, and Gala, right? So this team has way too much power for my team at a stamina deficit to overcome. And you're going to see why. Mainly due to the Perseus and Sirens. That Siren's going to come through, kills my Marcel, kills my Mahira, and now I'm full stall team at this point. And I need Seda to get off her 3 seeds, but I think she gets off 2. And she doesn't quite get the third one, right? So Damien's trying to get a card out there. Zgala's ulting. And then my Thalia ults. Sada's about to ult. She's trying to. I'm not sure if she's gotten one off yet or not. I don't think she has. There she gets the one off for sure. On Perseus, and Perseus is ulting on me. Takes out my cart. So the only thing I have left is Sada at this point, and then she drops. Which I think she only got one seed off. I'm not sure if they were draining my energy or not, or maybe I got two off and just can get the third one. If I could have got the third one off, I could have taken them out, I would imagine. But at that point, I was just at the stamina deficit and could not hold on, right? So now we're going to the bottom area. Let's see. Bottom left. Not a lot of exciting stuff other than just streaking. So let's take a look. We had our Siege Magic come in. Cataract starts off strong with a very strong 7-win streak with the Bonnie Tassie. Shanks contributes with a 2-win streak. The Perseus group. May jumps in on the action with a 5-win streak. Marcel. And then Say comes in and finishes everything up with a 6-win streak. So everybody kind of evenly contributed there, right? 6, 5, 2, 7. So maybe Cataracts gets the MVP, but, you know, Say wiped them up. And Say probably would have streaked even harder than Cataracts with their Marcel, with the Marcel there. But it doesn't really matter, because it's a team win. We get the nice win on this one. We still had 21 teams to spare versus their 20. There's just no way they were ever going to win that tile. Right here, we had 13 teams left, and they just put 3 in there. There's nothing worth really discussing here, right? So, a nice, easy win for my Vanguard. Shun gets a 2-win, and then we come in. Smith wipes them up with 1 more win. We go into the Trial Guard stage. So, bottom right, Yantron gets an easy Vanguard win with his Sylvana Burial. And a 3-win streak. Same group. Done. He did the whole thing by himself, right? Moving on. And then this is where the major battle was. We had 22 teams. We ended up with 10 left. They had 40. We took them all out. There's a lot of Siege Magic coming across the board here. We ended up with 2,200. They ended up with 4,000 is what we started at. And then that's where the streaks happen, right? So Moonlight comes in, starting them off. The Shire's off with a 2-win streak, and then it's just back and forth. And Boss evens things up when he gets a 2-win streak with his Bonnie Tassie. And then things really start to pull away with Mia getting a 3-win streak with the Marcel. Amdalm gets a 3-win streak, so we're way ahead now as far as streaking. Siren group. We trade back and forth. Boss gets a 2-win streak. Shamira. And then Say really gets us way out in front with a 6-win streak with the Saida group. So we're going to take a look at that one real quick. It's his cryo group, really, is what I should call it. But this is a very strong group. He's got them grouped up. And then Cryo never gets to ult and dies, right? Because they blocked it with the Lily May. So he ends up having to outlast them with Saida and Athalia, along with Dunlinger, of course, keeping them from ulting. Saida's eating on Igor there. Bonnie's the only thing left besides Igor. Dead. And now Igor is the last one surviving. So we just got to take all his little gravestones out. And then he's down to his last one. Saida and Athalia both ult on him, but he's immune. Well, I thought he was down to his last graveyard, but there he goes. He's just still jumping. There he goes. He keeps going immune, finally dies. Igor can be very annoying at times.
Evil has been cleansed.
And finally gets the win there. So I think that's the only thing worth noting. I could be wrong. Let's take a quick look. We have... Oh, we were at the bottom already. What am I thinking? Alright, melee. Sorry about that. Got off track. Alright, boss. And they stay with the 6-win streak. And then Ike comes in with another 6-win streak. Very strong Saida group as well. Take a quick look at that. And I believe after this, we're going to highlight Ike gets another very long streak to close out this tile. Siren dropping. He's at a deficit, but he's still got 4 more to drop. His Thorn's hanging on. Thalia ults, tries to bring down Sonya, can't do it. So their Thorn is really low, but he saved himself once already. Twins are dancing around. And I believe that's his third seeding from Seda, so it's about to do the little... Nope, it's only 2. That should be the third one, right? So when he comes back out, he's going to start draining him, but I think it's too late by that point. So it may have been only 2. Didn't matter, he gets the win because Seda and Athalia outlasting. Technically just Seda, because Athalia was technically dead. Alright, so let's go back to that. There's the 6-win streak. And then Ike comes back in after he gets beat. He's like, alright, 6 wasn't enough, I want more. He gets 14. And you know, it's worth noting that he is down to 0 after this match, and he wins 2 on 0 stamina, right? He's just... Marcel is crazy. Let's take a look at that last 0 stamina win, where he just nukes him with Marcel. On a 0 stamina, he's... Siren goes off. Then Marcel, they're grouping up. And they're going back and forth, and they're dead. Pretty much. I think there's 1 left. No, I don't see anything there. Well, something's there. Okay, now 5 kills for Marcel. Yay. Overall, another strong showing from the group here. We ended up with 4,410 total after round 4. Domain's in solid second place with almost 1,000. The Shire's got 637, and Slayer's got 332. So if we look at the rankings, individual contribution. So we talked about how we had the top 9 slots last time, all the way down to Nami. Let's look at round 4 and see what happened. I'm the major contributor in round 4. Yay, me! Ike's 2, Yantron's 3, Say, Wayfair, Cataract, Sinner's Wrath. We're seeing some names we didn't see in the last round as far as on the leaderboard. So it's like, okay, they're getting their chance to shine. Sinner's Wrath, Mia, and then we've got the 9 slots locked up, but we still have 9 of the top 10, right? Because then you go to Debatis, and then Boss, May, Cardinal, and then Moonlight before you see anybody else, right? So we're locking up these top slots and performing well. So big shout out to the infantry guys like Wayfarer, Cataract, Sinner's Wrath, Mia. All you guys are making it very easy for guys like me and Ike to look good, because you're taking out a lot of the strong teams, and then we get to streak really hard on the weak teams. So it's a group effort, and I'd like everybody to share in the win. So a big shout out to you guys, and what you're doing is really helping out the team and contributing to the overall success of BTGM. So we're having a very good showing this game. So let's enjoy it while we can, because the next game's going to be even harder. So good luck to you guys on all your Clash fronts.